Hey, this is Ralph for the Prineville Chess Club. We're going to play a little bit of chess here, and we're going to play another bot. But we're moving up through the difficulties. We're still in intermediate. But my plan for today is to play Matteo, who's rated 1400, and that'll be the highest in the intermediate, and then we'll move over into advanced. So I'm going to go ahead and choose random for the color, and I'll hit play. And hey, I'm white, so I'm going to go ahead and make an e4 move against Matteo. I would assume, it's kind of an interesting opening, modern defense, okay. Opponent is making a move on the side. I'm going to continue to take central space. Now, of course, I can develop a knight to f3 to add protection to my d4 pawn. Developing is certainly good. Developing on the king side is certainly good. Am I worried about their bringing the bishop in to pin my knight? Maybe a little bit, but I'm still going to continue on with the developing move. And if they do pin, they don't, then I'll contend with that. Now, if they do pin, I can obviously break the pin with a bishop move. I kind of like that idea. Or I can be a little bit less concerned about it and develop my dark squared bishop. That'll help support this d4 pawn, because they are now attacking that d4 pawn. They got a nice fianchettoed bishop. Once they move that knight out of the way, maybe pawn here, knight out here, then they'll be able to castle. Their king's going to be tucked nice and safe in there. Now, something I don't like about bringing my bishop to e3 is then a knight move is going to really be able to pile up on that g4 square. That's going to pressure the bishop that I recently moved. Yeah, I don't know if I care for that so much. I'm going to try a fianchetto myself. I don't think I've done that with any of these bot games of late. Well, but I'm already starting to see, maybe I don't like that as much as I might have. All right, I'm going to push this pawn. I'm going to lock down this side. Now the knight can't easily develop. Oh, okay, this is interesting. I could take the knight. Yeah, because their knight still has some pretty good squares to target. Okay, I'm going to do an h3 pawn. Close down this side a little bit. I need to develop more. Develop my bishop. I need to get to a place where I can castle soon. Yeah, I'll go ahead and castle now, with ideas of bringing this rook out. I'm going to bring that rook out right away. Well, yeah, so Matteo's basically moving pieces out, moving them back. That's generally not a good sign, so I should be able to take advantage of this to some degree. I'm going to bring this knight out with the intentions of pushing this pawn. I'm going to take. So now I'm going to have two central pawns. They've got one central pawn. Seems good for me. I'm going to bring my bishop all the way to a3. It's kind of a weird spot for it, but I figure I'm looking all the way across. Now this actually could be good for me. I'm going to trade bishops, and they're going to have to take back with their king, ultimately. Once their king moves, they're not going to be able to castle kingside. So I'm going to take away my opponent's right to castle. Now, is there an easy way or a straightforward way for me to attack this weak d5 pawn? It's undefended. Doesn't look like a really straightforward way for me to attack that one. Unless I moved my knight back, and then over here, and then over here. I don't think I'm quite ready to do that. Well, not exactly sure what I should be doing, what my line of attack is going to be. White's definitely got an advantage here because my king is safe. Their king is somewhat exposed on these dark squares. I don't have a dark square bishop anymore to attack this knight. So I have to start to think, where do I want my pieces to be? Where do I want my D knight, which is all the way still back here on the second rank? You know what? I think I'm going to see if I can get my knight to c5. One hop, two hops. In order to facilitate that, I'm going to move my b pawn one forward. I realize my fianchetto plan wasn't that great. I kind of like this move too, not for black, but for white, because now if I trade bishops, they're going to get doubled pawns over here. But you know what? To take is a mistake. I'm going to let them take, and if they do, that'll give me the opportunity for developing my queen. Okay, let's support this pawn. Moving their king around. Let's double up on the pressure on this bishop. It's got one defender. They're kind of forced to trade there. I'll take back with my queen. I'm going to challenge that knight. Oh, that's not so good. Matteo has given me a free knight. Well, I guess not a free knight. I had to pay a pawn for it. Now I think I'm in pretty good shape. I'm going to push my e-pawn forward. The rook is protecting it. I'm going to take this pawn. If they want to trade rooks, that would have been fine with me. Well, I wasn't expecting to keep this pawn on f7. I'm going to bring my knight forward, see if I can do something about this pawn over here. Yeah. Attack their queen. All right, now black is doing something here. They've got a battery doubling up on my f2 pawn. Bring the knight back, maybe look at this square. Actually, let's threaten their queen. This is a fork. Attacking the queen, attacking the knight. Oh, and we have our playing the bot effect, where they make just such a silly blunder. Okay, I'm back. Actually, I'm recording this at work on my lunch break, and yeah, had a little bit of a impromptu meeting. So let's see. Where was I? Rook takes f6. Ah, yes. My opponent is giving up big pieces of material. Well, this time I think I do want to trade down, so I'm going to bring a knight out, see if they want to trade knights. They don't. So I will just take a knight, and then they'll take back with a rook. My knight is quite safe here on c5, protected by this d4 pawn. So I just need to start making moves. I'm going to move... Let's see if I can create a fork situation here. Oh, at the very least we can make more trades. They can check, but I'm not worried. My king has has an escape square. All right, we need to make some moves. Their rook is actually pretty safe for the same reason. They've got a pawn protecting it. So I need to go after that pawn. I think first I'll do this. Challenge this pawn on the side. Take, take. Push. Guard these squares. And instead of taking, I'm just going to push. No need to let their king get in. I'm going to push again. They can check all they want. Go this way. I'm going to push again. Protect. Check. Check. King can only go up here. Checkmate. King can't escape, can't grab the checking piece, and can't block the checking piece. All right. I am going to have to get out of here quite soon, but let's check out the game review at the very least. Accuracy was quite low. I guess we don't need to be too worried about it, though. No blunders, misses, or mistakes. 19 best moves, and my graph has a pretty solid upward trend for white, so I don't think there's anything too drastic to learn from in this one. I guess I will just look at a few opening moves just to see, because this was an unusual opening for me. I've already forgotten the name of it. It was a modern defense. But I'm just kind of see, yeah, my moves seem logical enough. They must be book moves. Oh, you know, I was considering that. Yeah, develop this bishop here. That looks like that was the suggested move. Fianchettoing my bishop was not smart, mostly because I think I'm blocked in by my own pieces. So I didn't give that the appropriate amount of thought and planning. They actually were suggesting a take there. Okay, yep, considering developing to the squares. I did consider that, I just didn't commit to it. And yeah, white has a good advantage, but black was making some pretty silly moves, and it wasn't long before we just started to be able to trade down. And then making the best move, the second best move, the third best move, it doesn't really matter anymore. Once you build up a nice advantage of material and space, you can just make decent moves, mixed in with a few good moves here and there, but it doesn't take expert play to win when you have a strong advantage in material and position. And yeah, and we just kind of moved down from there, so no need to go through more of that. But yeah, so that is our what was that? Was that a 1400? Can't remember. Play bots. I believe that was a 1400 opponent. So I think next time around we'll be moving into the advanced bot category, and we'll see how those folks do, ranging between 1500 and 2100. That's going to be beyond my skill level for sure. But I'm still looking forward to playing Oscar 2100 from, I don't know, is that Sweden or something like that, or Norway? So that's coming up soon. Take care.